The Kumbh Mela, the grandest gathering of faith in the world, was in full swing. The atmosphere was alive with the hum of chants, the flutter of colorful flags, and the scent of incense drifting through the air. Millions of pilgrims and spiritual seekers filled the banks of the Ganga, seeking blessings and redemption. Among them was a young boy, Ansh, walking hand in hand with his elder brother, Raghav. The boy's eyes were wide with wonder, soaking in the vibrant sights around him. He pointed excitedly at a group of sadhus covered in ash, who were performing fire tricks, and at the beautiful temples and shrines that adorned the vast grounds. He tugged on Raghav's hand, eager to see everything, but his brother, though just as curious, was a little distracted by a vendor selling garlands. Before Raghav could say anything, Ansh's attention was fully captured by a sadhu performing a mesmerizing fire trick. His eyes widened and, without a second thought, he let go of Raghav's hand and sprinted toward the spectacle. The fire trick came to an end, but Ansh, absorbed in the show, forgot to check where his brother was. When the last flames disappeared into the air, Ansh turned around to find himself completely alone. The vast crowd surged around him, but Raghav was nowhere to be seen. His heart pounded in his chest. The crowd, once vibrant and fascinating, now felt overwhelming. His mind raced. Where was his brother? The panic surged as he searched frantically, but nothing looked familiar. Ansh remembered what his father had once told him. If you ever get lost, don't panic. Look for help. Clutching the small pouch tied to his waist, which held his family's address, Ansh took a deep breath and started walking, determined to find his way back. But the Mela was vast, and with every step his anxiety grew. As he passed by groups of people chanting prayers, taking dips in the holy Ganga, and eating together at pandaras, he tried to keep his calm. But everything felt different now. No one he recognized, and the crowd grew denser with every passing moment. Ansh's shoulders slumped with fear, and just when it seemed like the noise of the Mela would overwhelm him, he looked up at the sky. In that moment of uncertainty, Ansh whispered a prayer to Lord Shiva, his hands clasped together. Please help me, Lord Shiva. Guide me home. His heart calmed as he felt a strange sense of comfort. He knew, in some way, that the divine was watching over him. Walking on, he came across an elderly woman seated near a community feast. She noticed his worried expression and, with a kind smile, offered him a warm puri. Are you alone, Beta? She asked gently. Ansh nodded, explaining how he had gotten separated from his brother. The woman patted his head and reassured him, Don't worry, child. There are kind people here. Ansh thanked her and continued, but soon after, a vendor selling toys noticed the worried look on his face. With a soft chuckle, he handed Ansh a wooden spinning top. Take this, little one. It will remind you that you're brave, he said. Ansh felt a little better, the gift giving him a sense of strength and hope. As he continued through the Mela, Ansh arrived at the riverbank, where a group of sadhus were meditating in peaceful silence. They saw the worry on his face, and without a word, one of them reached out, gently placing a mark of sacred ash on his forehead. Lord Shiva watches over you, child, they said, their words like a soothing balm on his restless heart. Finally, after what felt like hours, Ansh reached the Lost and Found Center. His hands trembled as he handed over the small slip of paper with his family's address written on it. A volunteer took it and made an announcement over the loudspeaker. A young boy named Ansh is looking for his family. Please come to the Lost and Found tent near the main gate. Just as the hours seemed to drag on, Ansh saw a familiar face, a figure sprinting toward him through the crowd. It was Raghav. Tears filled Ansh's eyes as his brother scooped him up into a tight hug. I told you not to wander off, Raghav scolded gently, but there was relief in his voice and warmth in his eyes. Ansh held up the wooden spinning top, a symbol of the kindness he had received during his search. I wasn't scared, Bhaiya. Everyone here is so kind. I knew I'd find you. As they walked back toward their family, the sun began to set, casting golden and crimson hues over the Ganga. The river shimmered with the reflections of the festival, and Ansh felt a deep sense of peace. The Kumbh Mela was not just a grand festival of faith and rituals, it was a living testament to the kindness, connection, and compassion of the people who gathered there. Ansh's prayer had been answered, not only by Lord Shiva, but also through the countless hands of strangers who helped him find his way home.